call to order the regular meeting in West Valley City Council. We're starting just a few minutes late. Our study meeting went longer than anticipated. Of course, we were out of the office for part of that with the dedication, or what would you call it, the fire hose breaking of our new station on 4100 South. That will be operational tomorrow. So exciting time. We note that all council members are in attendance. Opening ceremony. I didn't hear that. Okay, the opening ceremony is just going to be the pledge. If you'd all stand and join with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next, we go to the approval of our minutes of October 9th. Motion from the council on the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes of October.
Second. Property before us. Any further comments? Then all in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. It passes unanimously. The minutes are approved. Next, we have a presentation on the Citizen-Centric Reporting Award by the Association of Government Accountants. And, I didn't even notice you back there, Jim. Thank you for being here. So we'll turn the time to you for the presentation.
Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council, and our executive staff, it's my pleasure to be before you today. My name is Jim Grover. I am the acting or the president of the Northern Utah Association of Government Accountants chapter, and I'm here today to present you an award. This award that I'm going to present is called the Certificate of Excellence in Citizen-Centric Reporting. Let me tell you a little bit about the citizen-centric reporting. So the Association of Government Accountants, we have an initiative that is intended to simplify communication between governments and their citizens. And we believe that accurate government financial information should be provided to citizens in a simple and understandable format, and basically as a companion to the CAFR. So we recognize that West Valley City, in doing this 3 years in a row, has received a Certificate of Excellence. Now, this isn't obviously given to everyone. There is a stringent criteria, including an attractive report that has a good flow of information, excellent readability for someone outside of the accounting profession, which are many of us, and non-finance elements that include a recap of future projects. So this is a fantastic award that your city should be very proud of. Of course, these things do not make themselves, as you are aware. Members of your staff has been able to come together, been able to work with various groups, including the PR and Neighborhood Services Department. And also special thanks to Jim Welsh and to Nick Hales, who assisted in putting together the report. So if I may have them come up for the special honor of receiving the Certificate in Excellence in Citizen-Centric Reporting. That would be okay with me, Mayor. Fantastic.
Thank you very much for coming, Mr. Grover, and good to see you again. And we appreciate all that our staff does. They do great work, and it's good to be recognized for that work. So thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we go to our comment period. We just remind you, 5 minutes maximum. Probably familiar with everything, so comments, it's not question and answer, because I see someone, not sure they've been here before, Marlo Springer, because we'll call you up next. Comments are directed to the mayor. It's not question and answer, no discussion. We may make comments after, but it's your time to do it as you feel appropriate. With that then, Mr. Springer, why don't you come up?
Good evening, and thank you. I just noticed in the past few years that there has been an increase of unsightly material around the city. And in particular, I'm talking about yard sale signs. And they go up, and they stay up, and they stay up, and they stay up. They're posted on fences, they're posted on utility poles, and they stay up, and they stay up. Driving here tonight, I saw several utility poles that had yard sale signs on them. And I don't know if it's possible to pass these around.
Yes, just add them to the staff.
I used to live in the city of American Fork, and I think around 2008, they passed a new ordinance regarding yard sales. And the sheet I'm passing around has what their requirements are. And then at the top, I did find that West Valley City does have a few items regarding yard sales. But I kind of like the way American Fork City has it set up, where they require stickers from the city on the yard sale signs. And that way the city knows who is hosting the yard sale, where it's going to be held, what the start and end dates are of the yard sale. So they know also whose signs are up, and if they don't come down or if they don't follow that ordinance, then they can't be fined. I'm not saying that we have to go to the extent that American Fork City has, but I think it might be useful to revisit the yard sale ordinance. What we have right now in West Valley City, item A, direct retail sales from display shelves are prohibited. Item B, promotional meetings to sell merchandise, take orders, or conduct similar activities shall not be held more than 1 day per month. Item C, garage, basement, or yard sales shall be conducted a maximum of 4 times per year, and each sale must last no more than 72 hours. There's one particular property just north of the corner of 4100 South and 3200 West, where it seems during the summer they're out there selling almost every weekend, if not every weekend. And without some method of tracking who's holding yard sales and when, it's almost impossible to enforce the ordinance currently that we have in West Valley City. So that's just what I wanted to comment on, that perhaps we need to take another look at the yard sale ordinances.
Okay, thank you very much. Then Mr. Nichols. Good to see you again.
Paul C. Nichols, 5329 West, 4100 South. We're waiting for the officers to come when we get maybe killed on that road. Schools in now, cars are just as fast and there's more. I don't know what to tell you. I've seen 1 cop this week so far. That's it. It's 8 o'clock this morning. So I'd like to see somebody out there to slow this traffic down, but even this construction trucks are going full bore. The 10-wheelers are going faster than they should be. The school buses are going faster because everybody's going faster. They just followed everybody. So thank you.
Thank you. Was there anyone else here to speak in our public comment period? Okay. Let's see, from that then, we'll close our public portion. Mr. Pyle, any comments?
No, thanks, sir.
Council members, I would just add, the yard sales signs is an item we probably ought to add some discussion on. So let's add that to our communications next week, or potential future agenda items, I guess it goes under, as an item that we review to see where we want to go with that. Okay. And with that brings us down to item 8, ordinances. Ordinance 18-40. That's amending our code to change our consolidated fee schedule, or update it, I guess might be more accurate, for the fees assessed for handling of bounced or returned checks. We wanted to make sure that was included there. We've been actually charging that. That is the maximum allowed under state law, the $20. And so when a check written to the city is returned for not sufficient funds, stop payment, or is in any other way refused payment, then we assess that fee because of the cost and time it takes to run that back through the system, and the banks charge us the fee. So it doesn't cover all the costs, but that's what we get to charge. So this is just adding that to our consolidated fee schedule. Pretty straightforward. So with that then, to the council.
Mayor, move for approval of ordinance 18-40.
Second.
Properly before us. Any further comments? Seeing none, to our city recorder for the vote.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang.
Yes.
Councilman Bueller.
Aye.
Councilman Hume.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Norfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next, we go to ordinance 18-41. This is to amend our city code for provisions governing administrative advisory organizations. And actually, my introductory comments here will actually apply to the resolutions that are shown under A, B, C, D, and E. F and G are not covered under these comments. We'll address those separately. This proposal is to eliminate the Cultural Arts Board, Arts Council, Historical Society as presently organized, the UCC Advisory Committee, and the UCC Foundation Committee as it's currently organized. And the Division of Arts and Culture will put together a proposal for handling all of that in the future. There will be individuals, for example, from the Arts Council, members that they indicated would be West Valley City creators. They would work with the city, be advisors, but not the specific council as has been in the past. Actually, the Historical Society will be reconstituted as the Historic Preservation Committee, and then the Utah Cultural Center Foundation Committee will be changed. We will still have a committee to manage the Foundation Committee, but it will be initially composed of staff members. So we will end up eliminating those, and so we'll run different resolutions regarding these and the things that we're doing after we take care of this. This will eliminate those from our code and make these changes. Is that enough comment on that, do you think? I'll just, if any of you want to add more, unless, I don't know how much interest there is in this. Many of those committees, except for maybe the Historical Committee, have not actually been functioning, and so, while this may seem like a big change, you won't see much impact from it. So, with that then, to the council.
I move for approval, ordinance 18-41.
Second.
Properly before us, any further discussion? Seeing none, to our city recorder for the roll call vote.
Councilman Nordfeld?
Yes.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Hume?
Aye.
Councilman Bueller?
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang? Yes. Councilman Fitzie Umanu?
Aye.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. Now we will go to item 9, our resolutions. We'll start with resolution 18-190. And let's see if I got the, on this now, this council will simply be dissolved. And that's the resolution here dissolving the Arts Council. That will, is in connection with what we just did. So this one's pretty straightforward. So with that then, I'll just leave it at that. To the
I move
council.
for approval of resolution 18-190.
Second.
Properly before us, any further discussion? Seeing none, to our city recorder.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu?
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang? Yes. Councilman Bueller?
Aye.
Councilman Hume?
Aye.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld?
Yes.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next, we go to resolution 18-191, dissolving the West Valley City, Utah Cultural Celebration Center Advisory Board. And that's pretty straightforward, same thing, just following in the same footsteps. To the council.
Move for approval of resolution 18-191.
Second.
Property before us. See no further comments, to our city recorder.
Councilman Nordfeld?
Yes.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Hume?
Aye.
Councilman Bueller?
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang? Yes. Councilman Fitzie Umanu?
Aye.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next, we go to resolution 18-192, dissolve the West Valley City, Utah Cultural Celebration Center Foundation Committee. On this one, there is actually a foundation set up, a 501c3 for collecting donations, grants, etc., towards events and activities at the Cultural Celebration Center. This will dissolve that committee, but the foundation requires that there be 3 members of that committee functioning in order to maintain the 501c3 status. And so 3 members of staff have been appointed to maintain that. And let's see, it was Klinker, Olson, and
Christensen.
Valentine. Valentine. Yeah, those 3. And so, those are the ones that will be on there. That's the change here. So to the council.
Move for approval of resolution 18-192.
Property before us. Any further comments? Seeing none, to our city recorder for the vote.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu?
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang? Yes. Councilman Bueller?
Aye.
Councilman Hume?
Aye.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld?
Yes.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Next, we have resolution 18-193, dissolving the West Valley City Cultural Arts Board. Same thing. So unless there are further comments, to the council.
I move for approval of resolution 18-193. Second.
Property before us. Seeing no further comments, to our city recorder.
Councilman Nordfeld?
Yes.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Hume?
Aye.
Councilman Bueller?
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang?
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu?
Aye.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next, we have resolution 18-194. This one's a little different. We're going to dissolve the West Valley City Historical Society and appoint its former members to the Historic Preservation Commission. This change will enable us to change the status and become eligible for state grants and so forth, that we think will add a lot. So although we're dissolving there, we're changing that so we will still have a historical committee, if you will, called the Historic Preservation Commission. That's the one before us. To the council.
Move for approval of resolution 18-194.
Second.
Properly before us. Any further comments? Seeing none, to our city recorder.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu. Councilwoman Lang.
Yes.
Councilman Bueller.
Aye.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Norfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Mayor, before we move on to the next resolution, I think we ought to thank all of those who have served on these committees and boards that have been dissolved. I know I've been on a couple of them, and there are many citizens that are involved on these boards too, and we need to thank them for their time and effort in bringing West Valley City to the point where we can actually dissolve some of these and go a different way with our volunteerism. So thank you to all.
Very appropriate comments. And yes, this does not mean that we will no longer need the services, advice, and support of individuals in our community. We'll just change the way that they do it. Okay, so now Resolution 18-195 to approve the purchase of SQL servers from NetWise. This is a $40,000 purchase. We've used these for many years. We need to upgrade, or may not be possible to continue doing what we're doing. We're have a lot of information on there. We currently have over 100 databases on there, such as OnBase, CityWorks, Enterprise, ESRI, GIS. I know what GIS is, but not the other. So anyway, this will allow us to continue to function a necessary step forward. This will come from existing budget, and we don't go out to formal bidding because we're just keeping the same vendors, same programs, and just upgrading. So with that, to the council.
Mayor, its fiscal impact is $40,001.80.
I did drop the $1.80. So.
But with that, I move for approval of Resolution 18-195.
Second.
It's before us. Any further comments to our city recorder?
Councilman Norfelt.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Bueller.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang.
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 18-196. This is awarding a contract to Commercial Mechanical, and this will be for the purpose of replacing the building boiler at the West Valley City Family Fitness Center. This one is $34,920. That will come from our existing budget. They did get a number of bids on this. Commercial Mechanical was the winning bidder. The original boiler was installed in 1999, and they've kept it operational, but there are a lot of issues in order to keep that running, so it was time to simply replace it. That is the issue before us. To the council.
I move to approve Resolution 18-196.
Second.
Properly before us, seeing no further comments, to the city recorder.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang.
Yes.
Councilman Bueller.
Aye.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Norfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, that completes our regularly scheduled agenda. Any final comments from the council? Otherwise, we'll just... No? We'll take a motion to adjourn then.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. It passes unanimously. We're adjourned. Thank you.